Hello? Can you hear me now? There we go. Uh, the OBS is being wonky, and sometimes when it does that, it ignores my mic settings. No, hopefully, but look, I can see that I've been fixed. Thank you for informing me. Hopefully, your issue with Twitch doesn't become a thing. I I've done what I can to reduce ads and stuff like that by turning it to the lowest settings I'm allowed to on my end as a streamer, but they they don't give me much control. Anyways, last time I was working on, well, getting the that one over there done. How many of the? I believe I was really close to finishing the resources, but still a bit of a ways. Let's see, 50 aluminum alloy and 250 resin. I think it was close to getting the resin generated, and I was making the alloy. Yeah, aluminum and copper, and I had a ton of it going. Ignoring those. I have 10 down, and I had a bunch just kind of generating over there. That was it. Yep. I think aluminum. Yeah, I've got all the copper I need, but I don't know if I have enough aluminum. I shouldn't. I need 17 more. So, I'll get more, I guess, while I wait for that to go. Yeah, but I accepted that program a couple years ago. When it wasn't quite as more negative, and now I can't quite get out of it. I get some aluminum over there I was getting. Once you accept, you're stuck there. They did, yes. I remember that. I agreed to that at one point. But they changed it. I also stream entirely as a hobby, so it's not really an issue. I could stream elsewhere. I got YouTube. They do what they do. Thanks to the contract part, I can't upload my VODs to YouTube without pissing them off until 24 hours have passed. And again, most of the time I'm still too lazy to upload them until the end of the next day anyways. Oh yeah, no, very much so. I've been, I don't have a ton of viewers and whatnot, but I've been streaming with ads, like I get my own revenue from it for a couple years, and I've made less than $100. I'm glad you enjoy them. I just realized I should have paid more attention to my inventory there, but run back real quick. Yeah, I upload the VODs from all of my streams as well as some other stuff onto YouTube, but that's just because I could make separate channels for art and things like that. I might do it in the future. I can actually properly edit videos, but that requires time and effort, and I have neither. Well, I can put effort forward, but I don't have much time. Or maybe I get distracted by other things when I'm not working on this or when I'm not at work. I know I can say I'm not the most exciting person when it comes to my content, but I'm definitely good at the part about being chill at least. Oh, meant to keep that locked. Why, thank you for that. I do appreciate that. Although I need to stop trying so hard sometimes on voicing characters and on games with dialogue lines and stuff, or practice my accents more because I have definitely not got that down. Mm, need to go get a few more. But I don't even get just stuck on. As a fair warning, although I don't think it'll impact anything, they have been doing rolling blackouts where I live, and I've not got any warnings about them being in my area. So, if the stream abruptly just cuts out, it's because my power was cut off for a bit, and I can do nothing about it. But they didn't announce it, so it would not be, there's no planned ones in my area. I just happen to work in the adjacent city. Actually, I work 2 cities over now as my office moved. Eh. Like I said, shouldn't be an issue. And I always appreciate it. Hey, I don't mind. Dude, yeah, continue to lurk. Join in. You're enjoying the content. I don't need people to chat for me to continue doing this. It's partially for me to relax too. And having people tune in and enjoy it is more than enough for me. They don't need to be just joining the conversations. I'm glad people enjoy it. Although, if you're looking for someone skilled at a lot of games, definitely not me. I enjoy the games I play, but uh, I'm definitely never going back to finish 100%ing Hollow Knight. That is just not a thing that's gonna occur. I thank you for that. Yeah, and uh, you can get skill. You can get skill in video games. You play them long enough, or if you know some exploits. I've 100%ed some games. Let's go check out the resins going. We're getting there. I probably could automate this to some degree. But I will definitely set up an automation for the further upgrades. I guess I could start working on that. Automation for this would definitely be something like, uh, not the super large platform like that one. Although I could do that with multiple resource canisters. Is that automated? Yeah, probably like that one. can keep shouting at me. I'm not gonna give you more treats. My cat is so spoiled. What's the name of the platform over there again? That is like the perfect one for setting up for automation. Platform C. I promised that my base would look nicer eventually, but at this point, it's only gonna look so nice. I don't have that unlocked in research. I mean, I can definitely do that now. Yay! I did not get that close to that. I tried. I'm also definitely never 100%ing Silk Song. Great game. Love it. It's not happening. I haven't even successfully beaten it yet. I'll blame the carpal tunnel. That is definitely not why, though. That does make doing some things difficult when it comes to game challenges like that. Oh, 59 more to go on that. I can go steal... Actually, I can go just gather 2 resin real quick. Yes, I could just steal 2 from that. You'll have to generate it anyways. It would help if I turned it to the recipe I just unlocked. We got a bunch of iron left over from what we had to generate for the other thing over there anyways. We'll need more in the future. Probably for one of the upgrades, but right now we're good on this. Get this going more on an automation thing. If I do that too, so I won't have to constantly sit there making stuff. That's gonna take a while. So we need... Yeah, I'll go get some more aluminum in a moment. Once it gets going automated, I can just leave it be for that. I will clean up this space eventually. I mean, that space clearly looks at least decent, organization-wise. I wish they'd make it easier to make flat space. But, whatever. I'm enjoying this game even with some of its jankiness. I could totally research something else. That's gonna take a while. Alright, this. Alrighty then. There's more complex automation that I have not quite figured out yet. Or figured out a need for. I'm quite good at the jank automation of, like, I make spreadsheets for making stuff easier at work by just spamming the if statement. I'm not a coder. It works, it works. I mean, I know the basics of coding. But if someone saw the way I designed them to automatically keep track of stuff, and they understood how to code it better, they would not be happy. If I need more resin, or more speed for the resin, after I get the automation going up there, I will come back down and gather some. I don't know how I would ever start a new file in this game without the jetboard. Because it just seems mandatory at this point. Yeah, I didn't know where... I didn't look up how to get it. I just knew it existed. Ooh, that's done. Question is, where should I put this form of automation? Over there by the train station. Where's the arrow? This game's not really... Well, it does have some bugs, but I'll ignore that. No, I was more so referring to the fact that it does not really give you the means to create flat ground. That should generate the rest of them pretty speedily. Or, yes, that's totally the words I admit. Oh, well, that was out of... Yeah, I need to refuel that. I need to get the... Because I learned this just isn't gonna work. Oh, right, that was something else I needed to make. I don't need to make it, but where's... Or to research, but it would just make things easier if I create the better drills, but I don't remember where they were. Oh, that's expensive. Diamond and titanium alloy. I mean, I can make that. It's gonna take a lot of resources. I don't know if it's really worth it, given them you're gonna be using it to dig dirt. Let me go gather some resin. Oh, I should get rid of the glass presently in my inventory first. Well, it's not glass at the moment. Now I can go get the resin. I haven't actually really encountered many bugs in this game, I would say. Now that I think about it. I wouldn't say none. The physics can be a little bit weird, but anything with a physics engine can be a little bit weird. So that gets accepted. Did I get it all? No, I did not. But let's get out of the pit before I start digging it up. I am now officially uncertain where I am. There we go. That was all kinds of riches there. I didn't mean to get at that moment, but I did want to make sure. Essentially, I want to dig in a straight line, and that requires making sure it's safe for me to do so. It's a guaranteed way to not get lost. Just go straight. Yeah, no, this is dumb. I know I saw resin clusters in other places. I'm just gonna go back to those. Exhibit A. So different from the time when I was initially digging through here just to get the minimum resources to try to get to the core of the planet. I know, I completely understand. Yeah, I love factory games. I don't really play them that often. Except for this one. I have clearly been playing this one often. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they really are resource heavy. Although not as resource heavy as exactly one pixel in Monster Hunter, the most recent Monster Hunter game. Oh, you're referring to the mental focus, not the computer focus. Yeah, I feel like these games give me ADHD. It's a good example of poorly optimized games. I'm not saying Wilds is a bad game. I'm saying it's not optimized for any computer. Maybe NASA. Yeah, I'm not gonna argue with that. But my my sibling with a more endowed wallet bought it for me as a it was for my birthday, amongst other games, and I'm not gonna look that a gift horse in the mouth. But my potato of a computer can really not run that game, so I will not be able to stream it. $17 more. Yeah. Um. Oh yeah. Yeah. Capcom does not care. They did in the past. And you're correct. Capcom is Monster Hunter, or at least a branch of them doesn't care. Because I feel like they're actually rather than one company, there's several ones. I forgot to put that up there. I mean, they've created some great games over the years. They just stopped. Oh yeah, they were very nice. They still create great designs, but I've heard the reason behind why it's so bad is not actually because they can't well, they're not optimizing it even though they can. It's because they're using the Unreal Engine, the most recent one, which is not naturally optimized for gameplay, more so for cinema. And they have to actually go through the effort to optimize it for gameplay, but they're not. I feel like There are Unreal Engine's for not certain if it wants to create video game be for video game creation or movies. So it decides to say, hey, we're gonna focus on the movies, but you can make games here. You're just gonna blow up any computer that's a potato. If I tried to stream, yeah, if I tried to stream Monster Hunter or something like that, my computer would start screaming at me. It would develop the ability to speak just to yell at me. Probably swears in at least 6 different languages. Yeah, the newest gen of graphic cards that aren't even available to anyone. Yeah, well, can't quite be angry at the game creators because it's the CEOs and stuff who make those decisions. And then, because they have all the decision-making power, even though they play none of the games. Can I have, like, anyone who makes a movie adaptation of a video game or a book? Never has read the book or played the game, but they want to make it. Or a TV show, like the Halo TV series. Or whatever on earth was the Assassin's Creed movie. If you've seen that, I feel bad for you. Oh, yeah. While that would be a neat experience, I don't want to find out what happens immediately after when they lodge themselves into my leg. The Assassin's Creed movie? Did anyone like that movie? It didn't even have a coherent story. Like, I watched it with someone who didn't even know the Assassin's Creed story. So, they weren't aware of all the inconsistencies from the game, and they had no idea what was happening. Fair. Well, the way I have my PC placed next to my chair, they're into the shape of the desk. There's enough of protective range to protect everything but my legs. Well, I'm not having any issues. I don't have any drop frames, so I don't think it's my end. But no need to apologize. Wonky internet's always an annoying thing. It's also difficult to keep track of conversation when you're like in chat and respond because you have to type things. I just get to talk. I'm definitely not getting the resources to build another one of these mega structures tonight because each one takes forever, but I didn't think you were ignoring me. I also like to just sit back and watch streams when I watch them. I honestly rarely comment. It's normally when I just have a dumb joke to say. Yeah, it's a good thing I have this battery. Yes, I have. Well, I can't see who's actively lurking after. Minus, you say something, then you go to lurk, and I'm like, they're probably still here. I mean, there's a way to check that, but I just have it turned off because there was a time in the past I was very obsessed with trying to get more viewers and things like that, and I'd watch the numbers constantly, and it just kind of it ruined my quality of streams. I should get this connected to more power. That is not enough. It's a common problem for pretty much anyone who streams like that, or when they're starting out. Yeah, so that's why I turned it off a while ago. I mean, it took me forever to figure out how to turn it off, I'll be honest. That was one of the big issues. Yeah, so that space keeps opening up like that. I should really give it one more uh, medium generator. Do I have the resources to build one of those? I forget what they take. Oh, well, probably. I have copper. Do I have any aluminum anywhere? Do. And tungsten. I do appreciate that. I think someone's watching. I get to see the views of people who've watched the VODs and stuff, but that's after they've seen it. Phone drone. Ah, fair, yeah. I have no idea what I just did. What mission was? Let's go check our rewards for that. But I had moved away for power reasons, and it finished. Ignoring that. Let's go check what the missions are before I do whatever just happened. Or deal with whatever is about to occur. That's part of the reason why I upload them there. But also the other part is that Twitch only keeps them for so long. Oh, free large shuttle. Load the orbital platform packet into the DLS. Launch the orbital platform packet to your chosen planet. Here's the information to launch an orbital platform package. Please load it into the DLS before hitting the launch. Yeah, they only more than no more than a week, and then they just take it down. But it is what it is. It's their design. But to launch an orbital platform package, please load it into the DLS before hitting the launch button on the console. So allow you to select the planet to send the orbital platform package to. Cosmetic. Cosmopolitan. They have to get to deconstructors or something to get these things taken apart. I'm assuming that's like an upgrade for this. I mean, at this point, I'm just doing everything on Silva as my main base, so might as well. Ooh, cool. What? And that's where I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm kidding. No. But complete the up to complete this part of the module, please upgrade your orbital platform to the next stage. The orbital platform is stage 2 introduces many new features to your orbital platform, courtesy of the continued research by the Vassar Infrastructure Research Institute. I know, that was the point. What is the... I'm not going to make level 2 on that right now. That is definitely going to be a ton of resources. But let's see what it costs. I want to finish the level 1 of everything before I worry about getting level 2. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, the compound's not too bad. The titanium alloy is the annoying part, and the exochips, I guess. But it's... I'm guessing I have to take the rocket to get up there. Yep. I wouldn't wrap up the stream before figuring out what this thing is. So no promises I fully know what this thing is. Well, I do and don't. It's clearly a platform with the for some kind of resource generation because it's clearly a mining asteroid. Mega Mini Asteroid Simulator Control Panel. Asteroid. Trippy. So a different kind of asteroid. Asteroid field. That's a lot more. Sphere. Boring flat platform. Donut. Compound. Resin. Oh. Alright then. Clearly there's something to be done. It's Can I move all of my resource generation and automation up here or something? Is that the expectation? Fuel. Is that compound? What is that image again? I forget. Hold on. Or that resource. No, that's not compound. That's it's Astronium? I mean, I have some. I can go get some, but what does it do? Clearly, that's just dirt. So it's probably like soil generation of some kind. Let's go back to the asteroid field. I feel like I can get up close to that one. I feel like if I, That's soil. But why? Will we get an infinite source of soil from this? I'd be able to automate it so many things. that requires the question of how do I get it to auto then gather? I mean, fair. Maybe it'll describe something in the upgrade. Let's go read that. That's probably it. Doesn't tell me about that. Does it tell me in the quest? No, it doesn't. I wanted to get the other stuff built before I started upgrading things, so I'm gonna have to wait on that. So you require 100 well, I need more resin. Yay. 150 organic. I started working on that already. 30 steel. Oof. 40 glass. Easy. 40 ammonium. Not as easy. Present moment, I don't really have the means to mine it, I suppose. Not exactly cheap to use these as so-called fuel. I mean, I'm definitely not getting another one of these built tonight. That is just straight up not happening. That's too many resources for each one. I could leave this power over here if I want. Bare minimum, if I brought the crane up there with a platform to power it, I could... No, wait, that proves to be pretty terrible for soil gathering. There must be another method. No, wait. If it's on the same platform with the soil machine, like the soil thing rather than the train, it actually works decently well. I forgot I gathered all this. There's glass again. There you are. Nice things about the glass, I just need a larger, or I can definitely gather that one with ease. Because I got that going. I do want to bring a power generator up there, so of some kind. I don't know if I necessarily need power yet. I want to see what the use of the Astronium is required for there. No jank whatsoever, clearly. Like, I'm so worried about potentially climb. Looks like there's a barrier or something, so I shouldn't be able to climb on that. True. What does this do? I don't think I have enough Astronium mined up to do anything about that. Yeah, that was a waste of time slightly. If I jump on this, I would, and like it's dangerous, I would lose everything. I also just straight up can't select anywhere else to get the mining tool. Strange. If I plug power into this, does it do anything? I legitimately do not know. Alright, I'm beyond confused. Whatever. I will go back to working to this stuff on the planet's surface and worry about this next time. Because clearly it requires me to make progress on something that I have not made progress on to complete it. I need more fuel before I can do that next. Do I have like no fuel, no soil at all? Yep, completely out. Nice to have light back. Did I set that to input or output? Yeah, this is so much faster, better than using the train. That so much jank to it. And the crane. I'd hope that'd be easier, faster. It just wasn't. Impressive in its own way that I had no idea where I was going and still ended up over here. Not the button I meant to click, but it worked. Oh, welcome back. Clearly I'm planning to go a little bit longer tonight. But I still stand by the statement of there is no way I'm completing one of those mega structures today. Or second one. Yeah, it's not happening. Is that... I mean, if I had things more streamlined, maybe. I want to get this one done. But it requires so many resources I don't have fully set up yet. I have no idea how long it'll take me to get all those resources going, but it's clearly at least a couple hours, so that's why I say, yeah, not happening. I mean, if I get things going faster, maybe not. Hmm. For now, let's temporarily stop you from gathering all of our plant matter, because that is also the main means of power. Let's let that restock up on some charcoal. Oh, that would definitely be interesting, but I at some point do need to sleep. I have a Saturday shift tomorrow, so... Did I even need again? Let's see, 100 resin, working on 150 organic, working on it. 30 steel. Eh. 40 glass. Doable. 40 ammonium. Doable. Like right now, legitimately. This requires 2 containers. Let's go put the titanium in the titanium canister. I get occasional, like once a month or so, I get Saturday shifts, which, yeah, that sucks a bit, but it is what it is. I get a day off at least in return. Oh no, I completely understand. Where's the glass? There it is. I had an iron canister. Why was I just leaving some iron over there? Yes, I will need it to turn it all into steel again. Need argon for that. Do I have a canister I can put somewhere? No. There's the steel going. I said, but remember I'm gonna get a dent going in all this. Being 100 of you would be pretty easy. As for organic, also clearly easy. It just requires me to every now and then make sure I leave some going for power generation. I could go gather it myself easily, clearly. We do need 150, so If we get all the resin we need for the actual thing itself, I'll have to go and switch the resin over to scrap generation, because that's what we'll need for... Oh, so we can just straight up see that. So if I change it to one of the other shapes, it'll be visible as well. Neat. That's not even the platform that it fits on. It's just sitting there and it works. That's hilarious. Oh, that could have ended badly. How much steel I got from that? I know I didn't have much of the resources. 5? Yeah, the problem was carving. I'll have a ton of it laying around, so... I have to keep chucking into places. Why aren't you putting them there? Weird. Oh, that's why. What do I need again? If I wasn't wrapping up in a few minutes, I would actually write it down. So 100 orgasin, 100 organic, 100 resin, 150 organic, 30 steel. So I don't even need that large thing. 40 glass and 40 ammonium. Do I have another empty medium one somewhere? I do, yay. No, it's out of carbon again. Forty ammonium, 40 glass. Those are two things we need. Where is my... There you are. And how's the glass doing? Clearly not... Clearly it should be out, yeah. I'm glad to hear that. Go with the glass in this one, I suppose. I think I'll need one more. The extra large one I guess I could use, but that'll make things difficult. Oh, I have that one still. Wait, why was that one there again? It was there for the glass, so I can take it with me. Yay! You will get the ammonia. No, I do have some carbon, which is good. Everything's selling carbon at the moment. Or not carbon, copper. Yeah, today's almost over. I'll be wrapping up the stream in just a moment. Don't think I get the resin complete tonight, but There's one. Organic. The steel, close. Glass, easy. I just need more created. And the steel will be easy once I have enough carbon going. I'm also need to get more iron, so that's not till next time. Resin, almost there. I'm just... I'm out of power. Dang. I didn't let that happen. Good to know that's something to be cautious of in the future. Paying attention to the power alpha when you're trying to take the organic away. The infinite generator is entirely tied to these organics. But since I don't need more organic like that again anytime soon, it should be fine. That's two of them. Well, that's gonna be a minor problem. Suppose that'll do for now. Either way, for now, we will definitely get the biome thing that I've got a good deal of done with finished on Sunday, as well as something else. What would that something else be? We'll find out then. That requires a large platform, ignore me. By the way, I gotta wrap up here for tonight. So with that, I have a little Javu. This has been more Astroneer, and I will see you all next time. I hope you have a good morning, evening, or night, and I'll see you all then. Goodbye. Thank you for joining in, Scarox. I look forward to seeing you next time. Have a good night, or morning, or evening, whatever it is your time. Thanks for joining in. Bye.